Hello, everyone. Come on in, say hi, and tell me where you're from. My name is Danny Garola, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Tucson, Arizona. Let me get myself brought up here so I can see if there's any comments. I've got some notes. Sorry, didn't mean to get like super close there. I've got some notes to kind of go over a couple of things. Oh, celebrations is over with. You guys, it's done. No more freebies. Well, I mean, Stampin' Up! Was always pretty good about making sure they give us like extra perks and extra rewards and that kind of stuff. But as far as celebration, we're done. But this year, we do have celebrations coming this for a second time this year. And it's supposed to be, I believe it's in June through, or maybe it's July and August. I'm not sure yet. I have to check into that and see. Hi, Patty. I'm glad you could make it. Okay, there we go. I need to get into Facebook here and get myself brought up. Okay, there we go. Make sure the volume is turned all the way down. All right, there we go. Got you guys brought up. Good. Now I can see the comments, because the other day when I was doing this for the paper pumpkin, my comments just kind of froze up. I didn't know what was going on with Facebook, but who knows? That's the Facebook world. So come on in, say hi, tell me where you're from. You know, let me know what you're drinking. Oh yeah. Did you guys make sure you got your drinks ready to sit here and get into these card making shenanigans? That's what I'm going to start calling it, because it's kind of a little bit of shenanigans, I think. So like I said, celebrations is done. It ended yesterday. Very sad, but it is what it is, and we got to move on. But like I said, it's coming a second time this year. That's a first for Stampin' Up! Maybe they just kind of felt like we were all cooped up in our homes because of the virus, that they decided that they wanted to be extra special and give us 2 times the freebies this year. Also, what starts tomorrow on the 2nd is that, I know it's backwards to you guys, sorry, but that butterfly bouquet set. And it's kind of confusing because you're going to hear me say this, but then you're also going to hear me call it the Butterfly Brilliance Bundle. So the difference is, let me see, let me get this other page out here, is the stamp set is called the Butterfly Brilliance, and the dies are called Brilliant Wing Dies. Now, the set together is considered a bundle, which means that's the stamp set and the dies. Whenever you hear me say bundle, it is the stamps and dies together that you can buy, because typically we have sets that you can buy as a together package, as a bundle, and that's, you save 10% buying it that way. Now, some of our sets are older sets that we still are selling that no longer come as a bundle. Those you're gonna have to buy separately. Let's see. And then if you want to buy everything, so like here we have the paper, we have the stamps, we have the dies, we have the other, this is specialty paper, this is our DSP, and this is specialty paper. So if you buy it all together, which is all these things up here, not including the machine because that's separate, it is called a collection. So when you hear me say different things, or like when I say the word DSP, this is what I'm talking about. It is our designer's series, or designer series paper. And then specialty paper is something that they just, oh, my hands are freezing, or just something that they periodically come out with a specialty paper that goes with you know, coordinating set or something. So this starts, and I thought mine was supposed to be here when I looked at my tracking thing last week from Stampin' Up. It said it was going to be here today, but they did say that, you know, because of due to the weather and stuff, because it's up in Utah, that they've had snow for a couple of days now. But it has kind of slowed down the shipping and stuff. But I did check today, and it will be here on Wednesday. So I will be sharing this set with you guys on Monday. I don't know if I'm going to be making anything with this set per se. I don't know. I'll kind of play with it and see what I think, if I can get something created by next Monday. Otherwise, I'm going to do, which I don't think I do enough of, and everybody is always like, hey, come on, this isn't just a female orientated, you know, occasional thing. You know, we need male cards. People hit me up all the time, and you can see I kind of have one that I've made right up there. Well, there's two of them. There's two different color ones there, but more of a manly card. You know, we've got husbands, we've got fathers, we've got, you know, sons, we've got nephews that need to have, you know, they have birthdays, they have, you know, different occasions that happen in their lives too. We need cards for them as well. So I have some that I've made that I think I would like to share with you guys. So, and as you know, my normal people who are on here that are following, you know that when I'm done with this video, I will do some editing. I will do pictures of the cards that I've created, and all the card recipes and the instructions will be over on the blog, which is stampinthepinkbarn.blogspot.com. So you can find it all over there. I also do a, it's an ingredients list, which I categorize, or not categorize, but I put everything on there from my Stampin' Up store, and it takes you directly to there. Say you want to buy, you know, all the product for one of the cards that I've made. I try to separate it out depending on the card, unless it's, most of the time, like today, I'm going to stick with one stamp set that I'm going to kind of case for you guys. And then it will have the different colors and that kind of stuff on there. But if I make clearly multiple or different cards, I try to keep that list with each card so it doesn't get too confusing if I just jam it all into one list. So let's get into winner chicken dinner. Whoop whoop. Okay, it is Miss Jamie Wise. Are you on here? Not sure if you're on here or not. I don't think she's on yet, but normally she pops in. But Jamie, these are the two cards that we made last week that you can choose from. There's that one. Oh, and I got a little dimensional thing back there. There was this one. And then there is that one. So you can choose which one of those you want. And I will have, I'm not sure if I have your new address, but I will get in touch with you and get that from you. Also, I would love it if you guys can hit that share button. You never know who on your friends list is, you know, interested in Stampin' Up stuff and has heard the name Stampin' Up, but they just don't know where to go from there. I would love to be their demonstrator. Okay, I think we can go ahead and turn you guys around. For those of you that are watching this later on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. Once we hit 50 subscribers, we are going to have a giveaway. So stay tuned for that. All right, let's get you guys flipped around here. Get my notes out of the way. Oh, my chair is so squeaky. This is so crazy. I buy this new chair because the old chair was horrendous. Thank you for the thumbs up, you guys. The old chair was horrendous. Squeaked like crazy. Well, I buy this new one, and it's pink. I don't know if you can see it because, of course, everything in my life has to be pink. But I buy this new one in hopes that, hey, gee, you guys won't have to hear this chair squeaking like crazy. And, of course, no. I've had my husband tighten it. I don't know what else to do with the thing. So enough with the chair. Let's get you guys flipped around. I am going to show you that we still have the same host code, and we will have that host code for probably about the next week, and then I'm going to close that one out. And then the following Monday, I will have a new host code for you guys. All right, so hold on. Let me get you guys flipped around. Shut your eyes so you don't get sick. Sorry, you guys didn't want to look at my nose, but... All right, let me see my little... I gotta move this out of the way. This thing is not tight or something, of course. Okay, I think you guys can see everything now. Let me make sure, because you guys don't want to be staring at my feet over here under my desk, but I think that's good. Oh, well, you can always, Patty, if you missed last week, you can always go over to the you know, this Facebook page right here, and the videos, I always have them, the very top video that is, it's called pinning it to the top is what they call it on Facebook, but I put every Funday Monday video at the top of the Facebook page, so anybody can come in, and especially those who want to share and comment so they can get entered into the drawing. I leave it at the very top so everybody has a chance to get in on that. Okay, so today I'm going to be casing Miss Dina Rico. She's not necessarily on my team. She's not a part of my team, but my team leader is also a $1 million achiever, along with another lady as well named Barb, and then Dina. They're all three best friends. So whenever we have anything, you know, that gets together, we all kind of like support one another, and they really support the heck out of us and really try to help us with our businesses and giving us great ideas. But this is Miss Dina Rico, her $1 million achievement stamp set. So with Stampin' Up, if you get $1 million in sales, you get to create your own stamp set. And if you want, I don't know who they pick and who they don't pick, because some people don't get to have dies. So I'm not sure if they have to stay at a certain level for a while, if they can get the dies too. But she's created this set. This is her idea. She came up with the dies and the stamp set. So we're going to case some of those cards today, or feature some of those cards today. And I'm going to show you kind of a, I don't remember exactly what they call it, but it's kind of like your beginners, your, what's the next level you would be considered and then intermediate. So beginner, is it called avid maybe? And then your intermediate. I'm not sure, but something kind of like that. You get where I'm going with that. So I have 3 cards that I am going to show you how to step each one of them up in a different way. So, all right, the first one, and I've made other versions of this, and I'll show you those as well, just so you can kind of see different color variations. All right, so we are going to use our card base is Coastal Cabana. Beautiful color, very oceany. That's what it reminds me of. But this is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. So that is our card base. It's kind of eerie silent as soon as I stop talking. Not that I stop talking very often, but... Okay, let me grab my foam pad here, because since those stamps are photopolymer, which photopolymer means that they are the see-through stamps. Our other stamps are red rubber stamps. These ones don't have the cushion behind them, so you have to have some kind of foam or a mouse pad. Like I got this mouse pad here that sometimes I'll just throw it up here, and it's just enough cushion that I can stamp on, and that absorbs that pressure that stamps a crisper image. Okay, so there's that. Then we have Pretty Peacock, which this is one of the in colors that is going away for the 2019-2021 colors, in colors that are fading out, which is very sad because it is a very beautiful color. Along with our, what were the other colors? Rococo Rose, Seaside Spray, Terracotta Tile, and I believe, what was the last color? Now I don't have them in order, and that's very odd for me, because I normally keep them all in order, but I have it right here. So let me tell you what the last color was. The last color is the Purple Posy. All right. And this set, by the way, is in the mini catalog. This runs through June. So this one is still up and, oh, I've got gold foil flipping around. This set is on, I should have marked my page, but I didn't. Right there, it is on page 31. So as I was saying with these sets, here is the bundle price. Because if you were to buy this as the dies and this is the stamps, and if you were to buy them separate, you're going to pay full price for each one. Otherwise, if you buy it as the bundle, you save 10% on that. That's what I was talking about. And up here, oh shoot, I shouldn't have shut that. So I should have showed you why. And it says in these little red, that's pink. But in these little pink circles that it shows you that you save the 10%. All right. And our Pretty Peacock is in, I think that's an odd dimension. So it is 3 7/8 by, I think, 5 1/8. Yep. And then our basic white, we don't have Whisper White anymore. This has taken, the basic white has taken place of the Whisper White. This is 5 by 3 3/4. So it's just an 1/8 smaller than our Pretty Peacock. All right, let's stamp. And today I was running kind of late because I was getting dinner done, so I did not get my stamps put on the blocks, which I like to normally have done for you guys. Ugh. Okay, sorry, that crinkly noise is kind of annoying. So I'm going to use that little flower. These are kind of a 2-stamp or 2-part kind of stamp, and I'll show you what I mean by that. And they kind of have that watercolor look to them once you stamp them. All right. Oh, my chair now doesn't want to roll. My goodness. Okay, let's grab Pretty Peacock and Coastal Cabana. Grab that white foam. And I forgot the most important part was the word happy. And then we're going to use this one. Sending lots of, oops. Oops, if I turn that the right way. Okay. So Coastal Cabana is going to be right there. Let me get this out of the way. So this is going to be one of our more easier cards. We're going to actually move Coastal Cabana because we need to grab our Memento black ink. And we're going to stamp the word happy. And there's so many cute sayings that go with this happy in this stamp set. Because you've got, hold on, let me get this stamped and then I'll kind of show you what I mean by that. I'm kind of doing this not quite in the center, but kind of off to more of the right-hand side. All right. And then I'm going to do the sending lots of. So sending lots of happy. Okay, the Memento black I'm done with. So what I was saying about like the wording is you've got like happy mail, you've got happy for you or happy birthday, or you make me happy, sending lots of happy. There's, you know, lots of cute little sayings that you can say with this that aren't making it one specific occasion. All right, so I'm taking that Coastal Cabana. Can you see that? And I'm going to stamp that flower there, down here, and then up over here in the H. All right, then I'm going to take Coastal Cabana and put that over here, and then I need to grab one more. Where did I put it? I needed the leaves. And then I'm going to give that kind of a second to dry. Then come in with the Pretty Peacock. And this one leaf right here is kind of more of a pointed shape that I can kind of tell that that goes on there. Okay, look how that Pretty Peacock goes with that Coastal Cabana. Oh, I just think it's so pretty. And then for the leaves, I think I'm going to grab Granny Apple Green, just because it's kind of a bright green. And I'm just going to kind of just pop those on there just like that. Aren't those colors so pretty together? Okay, that was Granny Apple Green. Now, for my ribbon that I chose, I am using, since we don't have Coastal Cabana and we don't have a Pretty Peacock, which, I mean, we kind of do, but I didn't like it on there. We have this, which is called our, this is reversible ribbon, where one side of this is Old Olive and then the other side is Pretty Peacock. But I didn't care for that on there. So I am going to use, this is a pool party, which I think it goes really well with Coastal Cabana. Let's just say that. And it's kind of a sheer, so I don't know. I just like it with this because it's not like you're really seeing much of it anyways. So I'm just going to take enough that it goes over my edges. And then I'm gonna come in and flip this over, kind of hold it where I know that I want it, so I'm not covering any of my flowers. And then I just take regular Scotch tape and just put that down like that. And if I need to move it over at all, I can. All right, that's gonna get attached to that. I'm gonna make a bow on that in just a minute. So like I said, this is 1/8 of an inch, big, smaller than our pretty peacock. So you're not gonna see much of that border, but just enough that it grabs that out of that top layer of the flower. This is our multi-purpose glue. We do have other adhesives. We have some snail adhesives, but I like having the wiggle room with this Tumbo glue, this multi-purpose glue, because if I didn't get that straight, I have a little bit of time to move that around while that glue still kind of like dries and sets itself into place. Now, if I was using our Stampin' seal, when it's down, it's down. Otherwise, you're going to rip your paper apart because it is an extreme adhesive. Now, that's one that I would say is perfect for using on, oh, I've got a little fuzz on there. I need to replace my blade. It is perfect for making like little folders, or if you're going to use any of our box cards, or like that one card, is it sitting up here? Like this card here, this bridge card. To keep these in place, you want to use, I mean, I think I used multi-purpose glue on this, but this is a perfect card for what I was talking about, that it shifts and moves. You want something that's going to be more durable, I guess you would say. Not to say that Tumbo's not durable, because I've never had a card fall apart with this, but just saying. That's what that's made for. Okay, and then I have 1/4 of an inch around, or actually no, this is 1/2 inch around each side. All the dimensions will be on my blog when I get this up and going. So one of the best things to do on the blog is go down and put your email in, follow me by email. So every time I do a blog post, it's going to send it to you right in your email. So then you will be notified that I have posted something new. Oh, where did my ribbon? There it is. Okay, so I'm just going to take a piece of this ribbon. I guess I'm not really making a bow. I'm just making kind of a knot with this. Okay, just like that. There we go. And then there we go. Isn't that so pretty? And of course, that needs, oops, sorry guys, I didn't mean to shake the light and make you guys all nuts. I think that, that needs some of those pretty peacock, what are these called? These are called the 2019-2021 in color faceted dots. This is 149607. These are in the regular big annual catalog. So let me grab that. Take a pick tool. I'm using the spatula end just because I've found that kind of with some of these bigger ones, it just works a little bit better. So I'm going to take maybe, why is that not coming up? There we go. And I think I'm just going to stick those right in the center of those. And yeah, they're not really like bling and in your face, but it's enough bling that you see that it's there. And you obviously don't have to put these exactly where I put them. You can put them random places on the card. Okay, so there is that. I just think that adds a little bit of dimension because they're kind of like a diamond shape. They're cut that when you move that card around, you see that shimmer. Also, another thing that you can do with this that kind of just came to mind is grab your Wink, which I'm referring to Wink of Stella. Oh, I'm telling you, time flies by like crazy, Patty. I swear, I can't even believe that we are already into March already. Like, where did the year go? Like, it's already flying by us. I mean, not where did the year go because it's not gone yet, but it's already just, oh my gosh, it was the 1st of January and then boom, we're already in the 1st of March. What the heck? And of course, the month of March is extremely busy. I'm kind of happy that my husband decided to take the month of March off from work. He's kind of going through a hard time at his job. I'm trying to remember which one of these is open. I guess they're both this. Oh, I don't want white. So up here on the top of these, you can see the name. This one's clear and this one's white. I wanted the clear. I don't want the white one. So he's kind of having a hard time at work and he's trying to figure things out that he wants to do. And, so his doctor decided that he needed some, time off to figure out what he wants to do. And so he took the month of March off as a, what do they call that? Leave of absence. And the hard thing is he's been with the company for over 20 years. And it's one of those things, oh, I was just wiping off because as I went on that ink, I got some of that color on my thing. So I don't want to go to the next card, go to use Wink and then rub, those colors on something like pink or something. So just remember to kind of just quickly rub it off to get the color off. But he's been with the company for 20 years, so it's kind of one of those things that we've got to establish medical, we've got to establish, his vacation time and his medical leave and all that kind of, or his sick pay, and that it's kind of hard to leave a job when you've been with them for so long. But as with everything in life, the company has just taken kind of a big curve, and he works for Fry's, and it's a huge corporation, but just a lot of things behind the scenes that we all know that he's not going to lose his job because the fact that we all eat. I mean, just saying. So the grocery business is not going to go anywhere. But there's just a lot of things behind the scene that, as just a regular person going into a grocery store, you don't see all the nitty gritty that goes on. And he's really having a hard time. A lot of things have changed within the company and it's not nice. And that's how him and I met, actually, back, oh my God, it's been, 19 years that we met at the, up in Oregon. It's called Fred Meyer's, but that's how we met. And so it's kind of a bittersweet thing that you just don't want to lose all that, but oh well. So there is that Wink of Stella. Not sure if you can see that shining on there, but it's really pretty. And you know what I forgot to do? Gee, me forget something? I forgot to make the insides of these cards. What in the world am I thinking? A lot on my mind, and the inside of a card was not one of them. But hey, good thing we're here and we can just do this really quick like. So I'm going to cut the inside at, so this is an 11-inch piece of cardstock. I'm going to cut this at 5 1/4 all the way through. Then move this one. And then now I'm going to cut this at 4 because I want it 1/4 inch smaller than my card base. So you can get 4 of those out of a whole piece of the basic white cardstock. All right, so since I have these, okay, there it is. Since I already have my little flowers out, thank goodness I didn't put those away yet. I'm just going to kind of put this here, here, and here. Okay. Then I have enough room to take my little leaves, plural. Pop that there. This one I'm going to put right in here. And then this one right up here. Okay, and then now grab that pretty peacock. Jamie, you girl, you won. You won the winner chicken dinner. So you get to pick. I was hoping that you would pop in. You get to pick one of these cards. So that is the envelope with that one that we made last week. And there's that envelope with that one. So you get to pick. And what did I put on the inside of these? Did I do the insides? Oh yeah, I did. So that one says stand tall and stand out. And that says you're outstanding. And then this one is a happy birthday. And it says hoping your day is as amazing as you are. So you tell me either like the pink and black, or you can say the pink and green. Whatever. Just tell me which one you want and I'll get that in the mail to you. Okay, we need to take, there it is, pretty peacock. And I'm going to find that oddball shaped leaf there. I'm glad that they did that. And you don't have to be, you know, that's one good thing about a flower. What flower have you ever seen that, I mean, most flowers are perfect just because they're beautiful, but no flower's perfect. So you kind of just lay it on there and call it gravy. All right, sending lots of happy. So on there you can put like, you know, birthday, you can put, you know, many different kinds of occasional sayings inside of that. So I'm not going to put a saying in it just because I think that needs to be left to whoever the recipient, or whoever you're going to make the recipient of this card. You can write whatever you want in there. I do want to give that a few seconds to dry though. And also, Patty, if you can't, because so when this video's done, it will be pinned to the top. So if you have a hard time, you can always go over to Facebook also, which is Stampin, S-T-A-P-I-N, right there. Stampin' the Pink Barn. That is also my YouTube page. So you can go there and watch it as well. Okay, there's that one. Alrighty. And I must have got ink somewhere on myself because I saw that I smudged it right there. But again, like I tell you guys, I have a second one of these that goes out to you guys, so there's no smudges or anything on it. All right, so that's the first one. So that I would consider a beginner's card because I didn't cut anything out. It was just completely stamping. So let's move on to the second one, which, where did I put my stuff? All right, so another one of those in colors that is phasing out, and it was the Purple Posy. So this is a 4 by 5 1/4, along with our, this is basic gray, and this is 11 by 4 1/4. And I am going to score this since I didn't do it earlier. I'm going to score it at 5 1/2 because that's my half of my 11 there. And see how just a light little go across makes that perfect little score line. Okay, now we can put this together. Now with this card, you can use any of our dies with a sentiment piece in it for the sentiment placing. Where did I put that bone folder? Ay, ay, ay. Oh, there it is. Or I'm going to make it simple and use my rectangle postage punch. So it punches that image out right there. So that's going to go on the front of there. But first, let's grab, what do I need? I need my happy, and I need to clean the happy. So my chamois, I just sat down and realized my chamois is dry. I didn't get it wet before I came in. So I'm using the Stampin' Scrub, which is a two-sided scrubber pad. So okay, so you see that I put this little label here that says top. I'm really I'm really weird and OCD about certain things. When I put a stamp that has like fresh ink on it, I only do it to one side of this pad. The other side of my pad is for drying. So I don't want any ink transferred up there. So I will clean it on this side and then dry it on this side. So, and I'm not saying that that's how you have to do it. There's no like dictionary or directions on how to do it like that. It's just me. Okay, so I'm taking my Versamark pad, which is a watermark stamp pad. A lot of you have this pad from probably just, you know, if you've ever crafted, you've probably got one of these laying around, but Stampin' Up! Sells the re-inker for this. And I thought I just had it. Oh, there it is. So we sell the re-inker for this. So if you have that pad and you're like, oh my goodness, I don't want to have to spend the money on a new pad, don't. Just buy the re-inker. There's nothing wrong with your pad. Even if this thing turns gross black, which over time that happens, there's still nothing wrong with that pad. Black or not, it'll work. All right, so I'm just going to kind of take this pad here. I'm going to take my foam mat under my paper first. See there? I caught myself. Woohoo. I'm going to dip it in Versamark. Now, there is no color on this pad, but watch what happens. Okay? I'm going to take this and just kind of put it up here at the top, off the paper, because I'm going to do a whole row of this going down. But look at that. Look what it does. It watermarks, and since it's kind of a sticky, that will not go away. And if you wanted to kind of step this card up, you can come in with clear embossing powder, and once you get these all laid on here how you want them, sprinkle your clear embossing powder on there, emboss them, and this is going to stay like, I mean, this is going to stay like this anyways, but to just make it like a glossy finish, absolutely. All right, just like that. So you're kind of making your own background, and it doesn't matter how you set those on there, you're going to see them. So I'm going to put that Versamark away. I'm going to grab a scrap piece of basic white. I'm going to take that punch, and I'm going to just punch this without the hair in there. Just like that. So see how that looks like a little postage stamp? Okay, I'm not going to put that real far just in case I mess this up. So this is, can you see that that's still kind of sticky wet? That's where I was saying that you can come in with that embossing. You want the pink and green? Alrighty. I will message you on Messenger so I can get your address. Because I don't know if I have the new house address. I know I don't know, I'll have to look. But just message me it so I have it. So I can get that in the mail to you tomorrow, Jamie. So yeah, you can pour your clear embossing powder and just heat tool this and set it, and then it would be like a glossy finish on all these happies. Okay, so with this, I'm going to take Happy Birthday. Okay, so let me grab, where did I put it? Oh, I put it on the floor. And what did I say? We're going to do Happy Birthday. And then I'm also going to be using I'm going to clean this one off because I need that. I need this. And we sell our own Stampin' Up! Spray. It kind of comes in like a big, it's kind of a big bottle, but me and my mom share it, so I just had an extra bottle empty bottle that I just use that stuff with. But we do sell stamp cleaner, just to let you know. What did I say I needed? Birthday. Okay, and then I'm going to take these off really quick. I need this little stem piece where it looks like it's missing some of the pieces, and I'll show you why it looks that way, because it is actually missing some of those pieces. But we need these kind of berry looking pieces, I guess you would call those. All right, let me scoot up here. I am going to use my basic gray ink pad, maybe. And I'm going to turn this the correct way so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to put, actually, I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to do my flower first. I am going to use Old Olive for the stem. And I'm going to put it kind of down towards the bottom here so I can... Now see how those are empty? It's for these berries to fit in between that there. Now we don't have a purple posy stamp pad, but I'm going to come in with Highland Heather just because it's purple. It looks kind of close and similar, especially with that Versamark. You'll see what I'm saying here in just a minute. Let me put that over here so you can see. Okay, now I'm going to grab these berries, ink that up, and then I'm going to stand up so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to stamp it once, and then I'm going to stamp it twice, just so you can kind of see those little berries around the edge or around the outsides of that in a lighter color. So it looks like different stages. Now I'm going to grab that basic gray and the birthday. And just kind of stamp that birthday towards the bottom there. Okay. Now, again, with those 2019-2021 in color faceted dots, those are the purple posy. But first, wait, there's more. I am going to take This comes from our Forever Greenery. It comes with 2 rolls of ribbon. You get this like gold cord, and then you get this, it's kind of like an ivory, it's probably our very vanilla color. I'm going to take it and just snip enough off that I have new snips on order because mine have seen better days. So I'm going to take that and I'm just going to fold it over itself, just like that. And that's going to go there. And then this needs to be cut at an angle, just like that. All right, that's garbage. Now I'm going to take this and kind of turn it. But first I need a glue dot or a snot dot. I'm going to come in with the kind of the bottom of this and just grab that, pull it off, and then bring this around. Just like that. So that's going to sit there. Let me get some dimensionals for this. So I'm just going to take 2 dimensionals. And this is going to go about there. So now I need to get another one of these dots and put it on the back of this ribbon, and then place that kind of where I think I want it, but I don't have to push it down yet. Then I can come in with this and say, okay, yep, I want it there. And then I'm gonna take this little sentiment piece and make sure I'm even. There we go. All right, so you're just gonna see the 2 ends of that. Now with the gems. Again, since it's tone on tone, you're not gonna like, they're not gonna bling, be out in your face, but we're gonna put one right here and then come in with a small one and put it there. And so again, if you want these, you need to get them now, otherwise they're gonna be gone. So if you have any of these stamp pads and you want some bling to match, or any of the colors that are going to be phasing out, grab yourself a set of these little blingers so they match all your stuff. Okay, just like that. Now we're going to put this on our card base. I'm going to actually use that snail just so I can show you how it works. So I have to pull it up so the end of my snail is there. Can you see it? And then I'm going to hope that I get this card straight because, okay, you just run it across and then just pull up really fast to get it off. Pop it off. And then see, I'm going to have to turn it to make sure it grabs on, or take my end and make sure I stick it on here so then it will roll that little roller in there. Pop it off. And again, blink, just like that. And then now I need to stand up so I make sure I get this even on my card. And see, that's why I don't push down very hard in case I need to realign anything. I can. All right, there we go. That's perfect. All right, there you go. There is that one. So that's kind of the next step up from the other one, because we did use something as a cutout sentiment. And then we did kind of do a different kind of stamping where you used a watermark pad to put your color as your background. Okay, so the inside of this one, I'm going to use that piece that was left for what I cut and cut that down to, it's already cut at the, oh, I have a piece of that sticky on me somewhere. I already have it cut at the 5 1/4, so now I just need to cut this again at 4. So one of the things, you're going to have a strip left over at the end of this. I don't throw these away. Call me crazy, I know, but I'm kind of a paper hoarder, and I'm not afraid to say it because I have a crafting addiction that I like my money to go as far as possible, humanly possible, let me just say it that way. I use these for sentiment strips. I know I have a million of them. I probably just need to toss them, but I can't. I just can't find it in my heart to do it. One day, maybe, if I don't use them all. All right, so that piece, I'm going to now, on the bottom of this, I'm going to use that old olive. And I'm going to do this on this side now. Over here. Okay. And then Highland Heather. So if you do buy any of these colors, make sure you buy the re-inkers so you can use them for quite some time, because those re-inkers, they're tiny, but you only put a little bit on here. These pads absorb ink amazingly. I've never had to fill any of my pads. I'm just saying. These new pads that we have are a different kind of surface, I guess, a different kind of sponge that the color holds amazingly in those. And the other thing, if by chance I have not had it happen, I know my mom got one, and it seems to happen with anything that has a red tone to it. She got the Poppy Parade color, and the pad was kind of, it was obviously a manufacturer error that the ink wouldn't stay in it, and the ink just kept pouring out of it. Stampin' Up! Doesn't matter. I mean, it has to be within like this stamp pad, they will replace it for you. So if it's one of the old style stamp pads and the color is no longer available, they obviously can't replace it for you. But if you get one of the new stamp pads and it happens to be faulty, same with our stamps, anything that we sell, Stampin' Up! Backs their product 101%, just because they understand and they know us as human beings, and them being human, machines mess up, you know, they do. I've only had one stamp set that I have had have any kind of issue, and it was more on the red rubber, because I've never had any of, but then again, like I said, I've only had it happen to one, but the red rubber was like aligned a little bit off from the sticker, and they just sent me a new one. I mean, it was like no big deal, and it was kind of an expensive set, and they didn't replace the dies because there was nothing wrong with those, but the stamp set, they don't have you send back the other one. They did have me take a picture so then they can show the person who runs the machines, because Stampin' Up! Makes all their own stamps. Their paper, their dies, those all come in from other places, but their stamps, they manufacture right there in the company. So they even if it's not from them though, like I'm saying, if it's a stamp pad or whatever, they still back their products. They're really good about that. So like I was saying, with the one stamp set that I had, and it was a little bit just off-centered from the actual red rubber, they had me take a picture of it so they can send it over to the manufacturer to have them, because they work in a separate building, so they could have them look at the machine and make sure, you know, they don't want a million people calling and saying, oh, well, this happened with the stamp set. If they can stop the problem now. And like she said, she goes, I can see that was a problem, and they fix it. And even if it's not something that they've seen, They are really good about it, just to let you know. All right, so that would be like the center. You have your beginner, you have your avid, and then you have your intermediate. So the next one is still kind of on the simple side. It may be just as simple as this one, but we have a little bit more cutting to do with it. And I used a different product that I don't think I've ever used for you guys. Okay, so there's that one. And no, I didn't make envelopes, but the envelopes would be simple. They would just have some flowers on it, just like the others. Here is, and I don't know why I'm showing this to you guys, because we're going to make it right now. But, see, I got ahead of myself. Let's grab this is Misty Moonlight. So this color is going to last another 2 years, I believe. What are these? These are the new in colors that they just came out this year. So they're 2020 to 2022 in colors. So these are going to be around for a while. So this is called Misty Moonlight. So we have our 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. And you already got a sneak peek of this card because I already showed it to you, but that's okay. All right, so there is our card base. Then we have this bumblebee color, which is again on with that 2020, 2022 in color. And that is cut at, I think it was the same as that first card. That is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And that means this one is 3 3/4 by 5. Okay. So again, it's only 1/8 of an inch. Oh my goodness, that just scared the heck out of me. One of my hairs was sitting on my arm and it, like I moved my head, but it was still like attached to my hair. I thought there was a spider on me. I'm a bug. I have a bug phobia. Anything that's creepy crawly, and yes, I live in the desert, go figure. But creepy crawlies, oh, I can't handle bugs. That's why I said I could never be one of those people to live like in Florida or Tennessee or anywhere back east. I would lose my marbles. Okay, so let me grab, I made this piece purposely big enough that I could use it for 2 different scraps. So I'm going to grab that big flower now. And I'm going to stamp that in Bumblebee. And I did have my Bumblebee sitting, oh, there it is. Okay, we're going to need the Misty Moonlight and our Bumblebee. Well, I hope I cut that big enough. Yep, it'll work. All right, so I'm going to stamp, and I didn't put my pad underneath there, so that is my bad, but it'll still work. I'm going to apply enough pressure. No, it didn't work. All right, never mind. I'm going to grab another white piece because I didn't like that. Okay, so I'm going to grab a different white piece and make sure I put my foam pad underneath there. How can I forget that? Okay, see the difference? Look, that was a good example right there. That's why I did it, because somebody was telling me that I needed to show you the difference. All right, so when I tell you guys to not do it on a hard surface, make sure you have foam. There's prime example. Boom. That was a teaching moment. That was a good mistake. I'm kind of impressed with myself right now, but anyways. Okay, so see how that doesn't look that good, but see when you get that cushion below it? Okay. All right, moving on. This, we're going to take that big die for the flower, and I'm going to use the Big Boss just because I have too many things on my desk here to try to use the Mini Boss. Now, the way I've realized with these flowers is on this leaf right here, there's kind of, or petal, I guess we would say, there's kind of a big bump on the side. I look for that same big bump on my die, and then I know that's where that lines up. And trust me, I learned by spinning this thing around a couple times today until I realized, oh, there's a bump. That's a good bump to remember. So I'm going to run this through my Big Boss over here. All right, so there's that. Oops, where did that go? There it is. Okay, so there's my big flower. All right, and then I'm not sure if you guys have ever played with vellum. Have you ever used vellum? Vellum is kind of a, almost like a wax paper, I guess you might call it. But yeah, it's see-through. Oh, we used it when, I don't know if all of you were there, but I used it with our paper pumpkin. Our paper pumpkin this last month came with some vellum sheets and had some gold to it. But they are really kind of a neat, and yes, we sell these sheets through Stampin' Up. All right, so I'm going to take that big leaf, and then if you can see on here, this inside of this flower, I'm going to use it and also cut that out. So let me run this through the Big Boss. And those I don't have to put tape on them because they're not lining up with anything specific. I can just run those through right through the machine. And this little guy is running away. All right, and then there's that one. So let me get these plates out of the way and get this picked up. All right, so can you see? I just have to pop these little pieces. So there's not like much to them. They're very kind of dainty, but they are really neat. And then where did my leaf go? Oh, it's still stuck there. All right, so let me move this and then we'll pop these pieces out of here. All right, so then I just kind of take, that's what your take a pick tool kind of really comes in handy for, and just get those little pieces out. Also, that piece that I have mentioned, which I don't have, that roller thing that hooks on this end and it has like the little bristles, would be perfect to just run over this and pop all those pieces that we don't need. Okay, and let me grab my piece that we are using. Okay, let's put these colors away because I'm done with those. Okay, we are going to grab our Misty Moonlight and clean a couple of my blocks with some of these stamps on here because I need a different stamp. And this one. Okay, so I'm going to grab the For You wording. So For You. And then that flower right there. All right. So Misty Moonlight. Gonna ink that flower up. Am I in frame or am I too far off here? I seem to keep moving this way. I don't know what my deal is. I'm gonna stamp this one kind of just right there in the middle. Then this one down here. And then this one up over here. And then one more right here. Okay. So I just staggered the one because my flower is going to go right here. So I don't need any image there because it's going to get covered with that flower. All right, move that. And I might need that. I don't know why I just put it away. So the flower is going to get a snot dot, but I'm going to take this snot dot and I'm going to kind of roll it Oh, I have to tell you guys another new show that I'm addicted to now. I don't remember what I even told you guys last time. I'm probably done watching it because I'm kind of a binge watcher. But it's called Yellowstone. And I bought a couple, or maybe I just bought the first season or whatever. I bought it for my stepdad during Christmas. But we are watching it because I know there's another season coming out. And I never really finished watching the first season. But oh my goodness, why did I never finish watching it? Kevin Costner is kind of a jerk in it, but he's kind of like a good jerk, and you really kind of like fall in love with their characters. But he's like diehard cowboy, and there's a lot of stuff that just goes on, and I'm not going to spoiler alert it for you in case you haven't seen it, but really good cowboy movie or TV show, I mean. But it's kind of brutal. I will tell you that. Like, when I started watching it and a couple things happened, I was like, oh my goodness. This is kind of like right off the gate. Some horrible things happen, but it makes for a great show. Let me just tell you, a lot goes on, and if you haven't seen it, you should check it out. Okay. I'm going to kind of lay this where I think I want it. And since I just put 3 dimensionals on the back of that, I can kind of take this and now, well, I didn't want to do that yet, but know that as soon as I lay this down, it's going to be thin enough that it's just going to run down one of the, or the center of a couple of these where it's going to hold it all in place. But I want to line this up where I think I kind of just want not a whole heck of a lot of that flower showing, but just like that. Okay. So even though those are white on white, it's still just enough to just kind of grab, you know, your focal going, what is that on there? But yeah, that's vellum. It's really kind of neat. Okay. Then we're going to grab that. See, I knew I needed that Misty Moonlight again. Misty Moonlight. And I'm going to stamp the words "for you." Okay, just like that. Now this is where you could put those in the inside of this card. You could put the word happy on the inside, and then there's the "for you." So you're pretty much telling them you're happy for them. Let me grab, I think I'm going to use the Elegant Faceted Gems on this one. Or we could use the Opal. Any suggestions, you guys? What do you think? Or maybe Champagne. Oh, no, I don't like the Champagne with the yellow. Or we have the Rhinestones, which those are pretty. Let's see what else is there over here. I've got tons of things. Pearls. Ooh, I like pearls. Okay. So I'm going to do the pearls on this. Again, grab that little spatula. And then I'm going to put that big pearl right in the center where my glue dot is still kind of peeking through that little hole. So that gives it kind of a double adhesive because your pearl is already adhesive, self-adhesive, but it just stuck to that other one. Then I'm going to come with, see how these have little dot holes here? I'm going to take these little ones, I think the little ones will be good, and put those right in the center of those flowers. And then you still have that odd number of pearls or of bling, because remember how I said our eye is attracted. Now, whether or not that be true, I think it is, because I've tried putting an even number of something on there and it just doesn't look right. It really kind of makes you eek. But you still have 5 pearls on there, so it adds that odd number of pearls. All right, there's that. Now we're going to put that on our Misty Moonlight. Okay, this has got the 1/2 inch around it, so we see more of that blue. Or I guess it's not called blue, it's called Misty Moonlight. Get it right. Okay, now see there? Isn't that cool? Like I said, it might be just as easy to make this one as the other ones, but because you have a little bit more die cutting, more intricate pieces, and you've kind of like brought a little bit more attention to this focal point over here, I think that's why they consider it more of a intermediate. So all using the same set. Oh, we got to do the inside of this. Let me cut that piece over here. Okay, so since this was 11 and we only cut off the 5 1/4, we're gonna have a piece over here to cut off that I use for my sentiment pieces. Remember how I said I don't throw anything away. Now I have a longer piece that I can cut in half, or I can cut in thirds and have quite a few sentiment pieces. And then I'll have another one when I cut because since this is 8 1/2, I'm gonna cut 2 4-inch pieces, so then I'll just have a 1/2 inch left down there. So you get sentiment pieces and you get your innies and outies. So that is a landscape card. Don't know if I said that before, but... And I think on this one, I'm going to take the big flower and I'm going to put that in Bumblebee on the inside of this card after I grab my foam pad here. There we go. Just like that. And then I'm not sure, I don't think that big one. Oh, but you know what I am gonna do? I hope this turns out because I don't know what it's gonna look like, but we're gonna try it. This piece, I have not attached it inside of anything. So that's what when I tell you guys, do not attach it until you know that you've already stamped your inside piece to see if you don't smudge it or smear it like I normally do. Then if I need to cut more, I can. And when you buy your when you buy your basic white cardstock, you get a lot of paper in there. Let me see how many pieces are in a package of white, just to let you know that if you mess this piece up, you still have all this to still use for die cutting. So don't ever throw a piece out. Even if you do smear it and mess it up, it can still be used for other things, at least in my eyes. So with that, you get 40 sheets of the 11 by 8.5 cardstock. And with the thick cardstock, which say if I was going to use a white base, I want to make sure that I use the thick cardstock, because otherwise your cards, if you use this white here, which is just the regular white cardstock, your card will not stand up like that. It will just bend. I mean, this is not standing up because I don't have it folded correctly yet, but this paper's more meant for stamping on, not for being a card base. So you want to buy the thick cardstock for that. All right, so I'm going to grab this blue or Misty Moonlight. I'm just going to stamp that there. Oh, I love it. Okay, it did work. Oh! All right, are we putting happy inside of this or no? That says for you. Are we going to put happy in the inside? You guys tell me. Should I put Misty Moonlight happy in there or no? I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes to answer me. Give me your thoughts, or if I should just leave it blank. No, leave it out. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, because it just, I think happy needs to be on the outside and then the saying on the inside, or at least next to it, because otherwise it's too backwards, I guess. No happy. All right. Okay. Glad you guys agree, because otherwise it could be used. Exactly. Absolutely. That's what I think. It depends on the occasion, what you're giving the card for, that, you know, completely up to how you're giving this card to what you can put in the inside. Okay, let me make sure I don't have any gunk on my hands before I touch this white cardstock. So when I go to post the pictures, I will post pictures with the envelopes, because I mean, it's pretty much, I'm just going to be doing kind of the same thing that I did on the inside here. I'll do that on the envelope. And I would rather show you guys cards than, you know, yes, we all want pretty matching envelopes, and I always make sure I do that for you. But I'll have those pictures posted on the blog when I put that in there. All right, so there's that. All right, so let me show you all 3 of these cards that we just made. There's the other one. And that, I guess I don't need this underneath there. I don't know what I'm doing with that. All right, so this is using the Pretty Perennials set. I think those turned out so cute. So let me show you a different variation of this one. Look at that. I did it in Magenta Madness and what is the other color? Okay, where is it? Really? It's, oh my goodness. Magenta Madness and Melon Mambo. So this darker one down here, which is the one that's overlapping, that's called Melon Mambo. And this is the Magenta Madness. Yeah, see what I'm saying? This stamp set is extremely versatile because, I mean, they're flowers. Flowers can be in so many different colors. And then I made these, I'm waiting. Like I said, my order was supposed to be here today, and because of the weather up in Utah and stuff, them getting snow, it's not going to be here till Wednesday. But because, like I was just telling you guys, I don't want to use my regular white cardstock as a card base. I'm waiting for my thick, I only have one piece left, and it's my one that I use to mark my paper. Anyways, it's thicker, so I need it to be my card base. But look at these 2 that I've done, kind of like this one. I did that, and that's going to have the white That's going to have a white card base behind it, just to kind of show you how that white pops behind that. So I'm waiting for that thick. That's why I did this one, because this one I've made again over here with the gray. I just like the purple and the gray together. So there's that one that I made in that variation. And then this one, I love this ribbon. I actually just had to buy another roll of it. That is called, and that's the one that I think I was telling you guys last week, that I made 22 cards for a swap. They were all the same card. I don't even have one sitting here because all 22 of them had to go off. They just got shipped to Wisconsin, I think it was, or yeah. So 22, you get a lot of ribbon on here because there's still, I mean, I don't know if you can see down in there, there's still a lot of ribbon on here. This is called the Fine Art Ribbon. It's also in that new JJ mini catalog, which is, we're calling this the JJ mini catalog because it's January to June. It is, see, it's actually right there spotlighted on the front of this catalog. It's with this set, which is called the Fine Art Floral, I believe. But when I saw that, when I saw that ribbon in the catalog, it didn't do it justice at all. Because let me, right here, I don't see the sparkliness in these pictures when you look at that, because that's the stamp set right there that you can buy the whole suite with this, or the whole collection, I might say. Right down here is where this is the price if you want to buy this whole product, all of it right here. You want the stamps, you want the die cutting, you want the gold foil, you want the embossing. All this comes in one collection right here. It's called a suite or collection, or maybe they call it a suite collection in here. But that ribbon, just noticing it in this catalog did not do it justice until I was watching someone else on YouTube use it, and she held it up in the light, and you could see, or not in the light, in the camera, and you could see that sparkliness to it. And it's both sided, or it's double sided with that sparkle. So even if you flip it around, you're going to see that sparkle on both sides of your bow. So this is an amazing ribbon. And like I said, you get a lot on that. So that's what that is right there. And I used the, where did I just have those now? The Wonderful Gems. I think these are still available. I haven't even checked. So, you know, I actually probably shouldn't show them, but they're these right here. They have just kind of these little gold flakes in it. I'm not sure if we still have these, so that might be something you don't need to see because it may not be available. But that's what those are there. These are what I just actually used on. No, I didn't use them. I used them on this other card that I made. I used the little frosted white ones. But those are also called Elegant Faceted Gems. So they're clear. This one's more of like a frosted look to it. And then this is, I'm not sure if that's a color or what. But yeah. All right. Okay, you guys, if you have any questions about anything that I've showed today, please get a hold of me. You can do Facebook Messenger. You can call me. You can email me. My email is on here on Facebook. And I think we are good for the night. I hope you guys like what you saw. And I would love to be your demonstrator. So you guys have a great week. Go ahead and share. Let me get these out of the way. Share this video so we can get more people watching and more people interested. That's what helps me build my business. And you guys have a wonderful week. What is the thickness of the one you're wanting? I don't know what, you know what, maybe it says in the catalog. Let me actually look. I don't know if it says, let me move these before I set something on there, and I'm not sure if it says what the like the grams, because I know sometimes, okay, it doesn't say, but they're both the same size. They're both 8.5 by 11. Yeah, it just says thick cardstock, perfect for card bases. So let me take this one piece out of my, because I use these little things and that's how I mark my paper. But it's a thick cardstock versus a regular piece of, hear how that's more flimsy? This is, I mean, a lot more sturdier, thicker. It holds up better if you're going to use it for a card base and have a card stand up, because, you know, there are some people who don't like, or that do like to display their cards and want them to, you know, here, let me show you again with this card here. Like, see how that card will stand up? See how, if I can get this one open, see how that one will stand up? Now, I don't even have one of those, maybe. No, this is thick. So see, this is not a thick. So let me show you this, because I was making this for my husband. Because remember how I told you next week I'm going to make men's cards, because the guys in our life kind of always get left out. So this is, because I was making this for my husband, like I said. So this is that just regular, basic white. Now, this one, because of the way that it's going to stand okay. But if I was going to stand it like that, over time, it's going to bend the back of this, and it's not going to stand up sturdy. If you understand what I'm saying, because it's not as thick. The front part is going to hold up totally fine, because I've got a piece of DSP on there. Then I have another piece as of a layer, and then I have the layer on top of that. So this is, I mean, that's not going nowhere. But this part, especially if the card was going to sit this way, over time it would start bending and it just would collapse and not be able to stand up anymore. I think that's, yeah, that's because I typically don't make cards with that. But if I'm making it for my husband or whatever, he doesn't, he's not one that's going to display a card, you know. All right. You guys have a, oh yeah, here's another manly card that I made just to kind of show you guys. I'm not sure quite yet what we're going to do next week, but I love this nautical kind of look. And this is another one of those in colors that are going on through 2022. This is called Cinnamon Cider. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys since I had it sitting here. All right, you guys have a great week. Let me know if you have any questions. Yeah, you're going to definitely want the thick cardstock. There is a big difference. I can't tell you exactly what the grams are, but trust me, there's a big difference. If you order both, you'll totally know right off the bat what I'm trying to tell you. So, all right, have a great week, you guys. I'm so glad you guys could come in and join me and watch. All right, bye.